How's it, everyone? Yeah, I just thought I'd do another little video, and in this one, I haven't actually focused on process or design. What I thought I would do is talk about Behance because it's one of the platforms that I use a lot, and it's one that generates a lot of work for me and a lot of interest, and a lot of clients see it and contact me through it. Yeah, it's just been a really great platform, and I use it a lot, and I try to get the most out of it. So currently, I've got 10,000 followers, which is great. So it's one of the biggest social platforms that I have currently, and yeah, I try to update it as regularly as possible. And I thought it'd just be cool to give some tips and tricks on what I do to attract people to it, to get clients through it, to get work through it, and then ultimately, to get money and to get paid. First thing I do, and the first thing I always try to do on Behance is to do really great cover shots. If you think of Behance as a magazine, or you think of these as little magazine covers, you want the shot and the cover to be the best thing, and you want people to see it immediately and want to click in more. Very important to create eye-catching work, eye-catching thumbnails that people are going to click and go, yeah, that looks really good, I want to click through to more of that. Another thing that works really well in Behance is collections. Previously I would have done single videos or single not videos, with single little galleries of stuff that I've done. In this case, like basketball spots, but something that's very popular in Beyonce at the moment is collections. So I've done quite a few collections, and I found that they work really well. For instance, if a client comes into my site and they're looking for character design or style frames, obviously how you name it is important. So in this case, it's style frame dribble shot collection. So this is a combination of style frames and shots I've done on dribble for clients and pro bono work, but it's a great place for them to see all the work in one place. And often what they'll do is they'll grab out certain frames that they really like and then send those to me and go, hey, like we found these in your portfolio. This could be 10 separate projects, or it's one project which is a collection of work. And I think it's established now quite well in Behance, so clients know that when they click it, they're going to see it. Obviously you need to name your collections really well. So in this case, when they click on GIF animation collection, they know exactly what they're going to get. In this case, GIF animation collection. I think it's a really good thing to do. It also helps. I think it helps you get featured. I'm not sure, but all these collections have been featured, featured. Different ones on Behance, illustration, motion, which is again a great thing to do because that just gets your work out to a bigger market. Um, yeah, I would really encourage you guys to put collections together of work. It doesn't even have to be of specific projects, but it could just be of all different kinds of work. So maybe retro work you've done, map work you've done, illustration work you've done, pretty much anything you can drop into a collection, and it just works really well. Another thing I like to do, and this is super important for me, is I like to look at my Behance page as a gallery. So I often try to curate it, and every Monday morning I come to my Behance page and I look at it and I go, okay, well, what are people looking for? What work am I looking for? So if I'm looking for character work, sometimes I'll move things around, or in this case, if this, in this project. It's got a great cover image at the moment, but sometimes what I like to do is just change up the cover image. So, if that's been the cover image for a couple of weeks, what I'll do on a Monday morning is just kind of shoot through here and see like, oh, okay, so maybe client hadn't seen this part of the project. It could be quite nice to change that. Um, save that, change up the cover image. It's just constantly changing and curating your page. So, if people have been there before, they're kind of seeing new work and they're seeing new things and different things, which is always interesting for them and always a kind of a new dynamic. So, for me, very important. I don't always like to keep the same thumbnails. Some I keep longer, some I kind of move around and change a little bit. All depends on what I'm looking for. Um, and that's also an interesting point. If I'm pitching a client or I'm sending work to a specific client and say they're looking for character design, often what I'll do is I'll move the work that I think suits that client the best to the top. So in that case, I'd move that there. So I've got a lot of strong work kind of around characters. If it was a kind of more of a sporty client, I'd potentially move that to the top. Baseball, I'd move Tour de France. So it's really cool. You can move around your work all over the page, and just curate the page again to what it suits you and then also the client. You want them to notice the work that kind of appeals to them. So quite a quick and simple little thing. But it's very important. I don't think you can just put work up in Behance and just leave it. You want to keep attracting people to your page. You want clients to see your page. So, very important to be active. Obviously, adding tags is very important. So, in this case, I've done some character design work and some motion work. So, often clients will search tags and they'll be like, hey, I was looking for character design on Behance and I came across your work. Would you like to work together? That's actually just happened now with a client I'm doing a new character set for their business. So, yeah, just a great way to attract work. So, in this case, character animation, animated GIF, character design, vector, and illustration. I think they put a limit on how many you could do. But still, you can get enough in there. And then also, I just really like to keep active. So I love replying to people who've commented on my work, and it may look like it's a bit random, just like thanks or, but I really do like when people appreciate my work and leave nice comments. I don't just mean it thanks as in hey lip service. I mean it. I'm just stoked when people like my work. I really am. So if you leave a message, I'll do my best to get back to you and chat to you. If you ask questions, I really will try my best to get back to you and chat to you. And yeah, so leave comments. I mean, a lot of these people are fellow designers, so it's just great to connect with people and to talk to them. And yeah, in this case, your work is beyond beautiful, incredibly inspiring. So, I mean, thanks, Derek. That's great. So, you know, I look to the show reel. If someone asks me to look at their work, I often do. Just take a quick look. It's a community, and that's what you do in a community. So I'm not just here for myself and to promote myself. I'm here to see other people's work, see what they're doing, interact. Um, yeah, so that's very important for me on Behance especially. And also another really important thing is to really just try post your best work. There's other platforms like Dribble and Instagram where I post daily, so I'll post kind of little shots from projects I'm working on or little sneak peeks. But when it comes to Behance, I really try to post the best work I possibly can or the most finished that a project is. I don't like to just post one-offs or just kind of little things that I've done during the day. I like to put them kind of a whole finished project or something that I'm really proud of and Behance. And so this really works as my showpiece and my gallery, and it's the work that I want to put up there and show clients how I do stuff. And often that includes the process. So, I know I've been through the Oreo project in the previous video, but clients do really like to see process. So the Oreo one and the MTN one is also a bit of a process. So I show examples of style tests. So that was the original style test that we arrived on that we liked. There were some previous ones to that. Um, and then this was an animated GIF project, so you show the results of it, which was some really fun animated GIFs for a project we did for a local cellular company. So yeah, I mean, like I said, process is interesting. It's always good to see what people are doing and how they've done it. And I think these kind of platforms are great for sharing that kind of information and that kind of knowledge. Um, so yeah, I mean that's in a nutshell. This is a little plug for my Behance page. Go check it out. Behance.net/Dylan Hart Jones. That wasn't very important. Make sure your email address is visible. And I don't get many messages in my inbox on Behance itself, so I like to make sure my email address is visible. I like to make sure that my actual website is visible so people can click through to it very quickly. Um, it's a little bit about me, and again, my website address. Um, so you really just wanted to make it as quick and easy as possible for people to get hold of your work and to find your work. So yeah, that's a quick 10 minutes on Behance. It's a great platform. If you're an illustrator, if you're creative, I suggest you get onto it and make it work for you. Be creative with how you do it. There's no real formula, but again, post your best work, tag it, be active, be interactive, show people the process, and just make sure you're always changing, updating, curating to keep people interested in your work. You're not just posting something up there and leaving it and kind of forgetting about it. Cool guys, I hope that's helpful. This has been a great way for me to get clients. As I said, I've got most of my clients through Behance at the moment. It really has been a great platform. It's a place where art directors go to and they are looking for work. So yeah, best of luck. Let me know how it goes. If you got some other tips and tricks that you use for Behance, let me know. It'll be great for you. I'd love to hear those in the comment section. Great guys, catch you soon. Bye.